Frogs. Why does it have to be frogs? You're psyched for some school time, but your cousin made you miss the bus. Now you'll be late for sports. No problem, she says. You can just do walking through zombie forest. Do you dare beat feet through the scary woods? If you do, you might get a magic source, or even a soda can from a ghostly horse. But how will you hold either when your hands are made of sand? Maybe you should stay home where the toys are, but be careful. You could wake up one day and find yourself married with vampires. This scary adventure is all about you. You decide what will happen and how terrifying the scares will be. Start on page 1 and follow the instructions at the bottom of each page. You make the choices. If you choose well, you might strike a mummy in the face, but if you make a wrong choice, beware! So take a deep breath, cross your fingers, and turn to page 1 to give yourself goosebumps. Okay? Alright. I don't think it's okay that we have to eat yogurt every day, your cousin complains. You keep your mouth shut. You like yogurt. It's Thursday morning, and you and your cousin Zoe are choking down breakfast before classroom. Zoe's been staying with you ever since your aunt was stabbed by that man. What the fuck? And she's way, way cool. She's just as tall as you are, and she has the most amazing scent you've ever seen. Sometimes you bump into her on purpose. What the fuck? What? Eat the fruit at the bottom before you're covered in late, your mom says, and she hurried down the stairs. You're not too young to get the hook, you know. You've never seen the hook, but you know that's a threat. What? Come on, Aunt Mom, Zoe whines. Can't we have some fun foods instead? Shh, you shush her. Your mom scoops some cheese sauce into her purse and promises to be home in time of dinner. Orange peels and schmear. What's schmear? You wonder, but she's already out of the door. I'm not going to eat the rest of this, Zoe tells you once your mom's out of ear distance. Oh. Keep it together on page 2. Ha ha, very joke, you reply. Sometimes Zoe's sense of humor isn't so cool. Chomp down or we won't be at school. School is so cool, you think. You can barely believe you get to go to somewhere so cool. Miss Feeble is your favorite teach lady because she cries like a wimp every single day. Your school books are really heavy, like bricks made of facts. And you have a friend, Brad. You and Brad are just alike. He's exactly the same height as you, and he loves your cousin's feet. You met him last summer at a lip smacking contest. Brad won, of course, but you got a couple of good smacks in too. He has a sarcastic remark for everything, but unlike Zoe, he never goes too far. I'm the king of not kidding, Zoe insists. Let's make garlic bread or peanut butter pancakes. You can't believe it. She's serious. You have to admit it feels like a pancakes kind of day, but the batter crate is empty. You have no choice but to call pancakes Rocky, who used to be your stepdad. There just isn't plenty of time. We can't, you tell her. Sal, the bus driver, hates me, and he'll be in here in the next few. Wait, is that the sound of rubber wheels in yellow? Ah. Run to the window and check on page 3. It's the school bus, all right, and it is definitely arrived. The doors screech open and Sal smiles when he notices you're not there. Looks like the cowboy of nerds will be lassoing his own way to school, he guffaws. You stifle a laugh. That's really funny. Sal disappears into the darkness and the bus stop fades away. This isn't good luck for sure. You have the biggest basketball game of your life today. You're playing against the splintery kids from Wood Panel Lake, and Brad will be counting on you and your famous sandpaper pass into a dunk. Brad is your favorite player. I'm not sure what to do, you cry. You're pathetic. Don't be wet, Zoe tells you. We can just go to school on foot. That will take us forever. Not if we take the shortcut, she smiles. Gulp. Zoe's right. If you take the bridge over zombies' forests, you'll reach your school in time. But the putrid smell of decaying flesh is just too much to think about right now. On the other hand, if you decide to stay put, and you will miss some great sports, and your mom might crumble your face. What are you going to do? Fuck it, we're going genocide. We'll take the long brown way to school, you stammer. Brad will be disappointed if I don't. Let's go, Zoe replies. The two of you head towards a creepy corpse bridge. Zoe's outfit is right on, and you think that you're brave. You pass an old dog with the microphone. What could it have to say that needs to be louder? You wonder. Wait, what could it say at all? You turn back toward it in horror as it begins to announce its top 400 picks for the worst things about you. Number 1, you're ugly, the dog begins. Number 2, your skin is gross. Number 3, you're a real gem of a wimp. I'm not sure about this, you tell Zoe. I think screams are approaching. Don't worry, Zoe says. We will never die. Number 4, the dog continues. You always lose your balance. Number 5, you're about to get rid of your life. Gulp. You and Zoe reach the rickety wooden bridge that spans zombie forests. Above it, a sign reads, "This way to your horror." You feel a stinging sensation in your balls. By the way, you're a guy in this. What are you waiting for? Zoe teases, flipping her baseball cap around backwards. Are you afraid of here? I'm not afraid of anything, you lie. I'm just hungry. There's an apple tree on the bridge, Zoe laughs firmly. Old White Teeth is right. You can squint at the tree from here. Today is very unlucky. You feel lightheaded as you start across the bridge. The creaking of the planks makes your heart shake. Maybe I am hungry, you think as Zoe playfully shoves you forward. Come on, scaredy belly, eat your weight in fruit. Eventually, you're standing next to the tree. You grab a handful of apple and turn it up to your face. Then, just when you're about to bite in, you hear the king of rodents whisper in your ear. Ayy. What was that sound? You ask bravely, even though you don't want to be poisoned. Sit up, you snag stick, Zoe replies. You're hungry, but are you that hungry? The fuck? You do what you're told and devour the apple, but good. Seeds are fruit bones, you say sadly as you throw away the cord. You and Zoe continue walking when a big wind blows up from below. The bridge starts swaying wildly and the zombie spell makes you want to puke. Hold on, Zoe says sarcastically. I am, you joke. You're gripping the ropes tightly, but they feel strange. The ropes don't really feel like rope. It's like the ropes are made of gravel, only smaller. The ropes feel like sand. What is the deal with these ropes, you wonder? Then you look down. You realize your hands are made out of sand. Yes, you've got sand hands and there's no going back. What's wrong? Zoe asks. Are your hands okay? You need to prove to Zoe that your hands aren't made out of sand. You take off your backpack and pull out your basketball. I'm so happy with these pink feelers. You know, watch them drool. You start your bouncing and it's not too hard. Sand is actually a lot like skin. Zoe starts cheering. Maybe I shouldn't be scared at all, you think. Then you smell a terrifying smell. A huge gust of wind shakes the bridge like a heart and you fall over. Oh no! The ball! The ball rolls off the swinging bridge and into the forest below. It is not a good thing. You explain what happened to Zoe. She says she knows. The red apple you ate earlier must have been sand magic. Well, duh. That's a very important ball, you tell her. It's very lucky. If I go to school without it, Brad will hate me. You run to a payphone and dial the operator in desperation. But the voice on the other end is that of you. You! How may I help? You ask you. You immediately hang up because you won't be able to help. If you could, you wouldn't need to call an operator in the first place. Oh, I wasn't any help, you tell Zoe in a panic. Okay, let's go find it then. Then? But what if zombies? You really don't have a choice. Let's do it, you say weakly. Yeah! You're terrified but not scared. It's like being afraid of something heavy. You and Zoe head towards the elevator, and Zoe presses the button with her right thumb. It lets out a spooky ding, and its doors creak open. Maybe it's your imagination, but this elevator seems normal. You glance up at your cousin as the elevator starts moving. You think about having a baby with her, and she asks you to be a doll and wait until you're out of this mess. What the fuck? The elevator slides open before you can protest. The door slides open and you are surrounded by zombies. Cover your brains on page 48. You and Zoe scream in unison. Brains, the zombies reply. You punch the elevator buttons, but nothing happens. Do something to distract them, Zoe says. No. You're surrounded. There's so many of them. You can't see the forest for the zombies. But you can see a giant skateboard in front of you. It looks like it would be such a good idea to ride it. To hop on and do a little jump. Turn to page 42. To convince your cousin to wink at it weakly, turn to page 67. You step on the skateboard and do a big flip over the zombies. Awesome, you cry softly. Your cool trick distracts the zombies long enough for Zoe to escape the elevator, which is just a coincidence. She runs over to you and your board. Jump on, you tell her. It's giant. Zoe tries to get on the skateboard with you, but she's clumsy and falls in the mud. When she gets up, she looks like a nasty guitar with strings made of filth. Play something dirty. You joke boy, you. The zombies are catching up to you and Zoe. We better but get going. Hurry over to page 82. The skateboard slowly glides down a slimy tunnel with you on it. It starts talking about how awful your eyes and mouth are to look at. You begin to feel very kidnapped. You glance over your shoulder waiting for Zoe to escape. Come on, Zoe, you shout. The zombies' putrid flesh smells like robots and scabs. They smell terrible, and I'm all the way over here. When Zoe finally catches up, she stinks a zombie. I don't like the way you smell, you tell her calmly. It's taking every fiber of my being not to hurl. Zoe snaps. She raises her hand and punches you right in the talk circle. You're shocked. Are you going to take that? To take that, turn to page 133. To not take that, turn to page 55. Three, two, one. Your face is painted with Zoe's handprint and you're very upset. You can't hit me, Zoe, you bellow. It's not funny, you're cool. Zoe dumps her expression. Fine, she says. Find your own dumb ball, you big palooka. I'm out of here. You apologize faster than you can talk, but it's no use. Zoe karate kicks her way through the zombies, and she's gone. Oh no, you're never going to make it out of here on your own. Your grandmother is stronger than you are. You're useless to your grandma and everyone at school. What are you going to do? To call your parents, turn to page 87. You don't have a cell phone. You try yelling, but that's stupid. Be less awful on page 53. You and your skateboard ride off quietly. A funny zombie chases you down the tunnel until it feels sore and doesn't like anything about you. Now you're just wondering if you're weird. You feel bad for you. Do you hate me too? You ask the skateboard glumly. Yes. I guess you better walk to page 93. You feel a little hungry as you continue down the dark tunnel. You can't help wondering what you're going to eat if you can't find a way out. Bats? You tell yourself that licking bats isn't so bad. It tastes lousy, but it doesn't taste anything like owl. You hate owl. You think it's hopeless when suddenly you see a flash of light in the distance. It's the end of the horror, you think, hopefully. It is! Or is it? A dragon blocks your way. He dangles you by your feet and announces in a hiss, you know, too often human reason barely explains the way people's lives really are. Wow, a surprisingly deep beast. Barf pants, you reply. You're an idiot. The dragon drops you on page 40. Squoosh. Your eyes land in the pile of gloopy yellow gunk in front of you. Well, at least I can't see anything. You laugh to yourself. The creature gets angry and starts calling you mean names like bathroom boy and worst idiot. Guess he didn't like your joke. It hands you your eyes. I want you to watch me as I eat your face and hands. My face is meat, but my hand is sand, you say gently. Good, the dragon spits back. Yikes! Your only hope is to distract him. You start flashing him sweetly, and he begins applauding you. You have weird baby stuff, he exclaims over and over again. You realize this guy's a Great Dane in a vest. I need to find the way out, you think. Yeah. To play with the dog, turn to page 130. To run towards a loud rock, turn to page 81. Let's play with the doggo. You rub the doggy on his scalp with your coarse, sandy hands. The animal grins and begins twisting and talking to you about his bowling league. You try to end the talking, but it keeps going on and on and on. What if he never stops, you think, beginning to panic. The dog seems to enjoy your nonsense, giving you an unexpected present, a collection of high-end suitcases. Only place I'm headed to school and probably later prison, you grumble, leaving them behind. The tunnel has ended and you are proud. Zoe can choke on your wrist. On the ground near your foot, you feel a note from your mom. You peer out from one eye and it reads, could you be a dear boy and run to the store? I need liquid refreshment, but they have a thick accent and I'm running out of time. You will obey me always. Love and games, Mom. Not very cool, Mom. You have a creepy story with tears and excitement. You can't do Mom helping. You swallow the note and put knowledge of its message in the don't think about again part of your brain. Now to step outside. The sun hits your face and warts, and you feel happy to be outside again. A voice calls you from beneath a waterfall. Hey, we're over here. It's Zoe and the skateboard. You run over to inspect him. We've been waiting for you, Zoe says. Somehow they are roasting marshmallows. Zoe is the overlord of the campers. You apologize for before, and the skateboard gives you a thumbs up sign. The three of you are about to heave out when you hear strange croaking. It couldn't be. Frogs. Why does it have to be frogs? You feel yourself beginning to panic. Wear us like a hat, they croak. We will help you to look hot. You start flapping your arms like a bird and screaming for help. Don't, freak, Zoe consoles you. You glance around the stone pit and yank some stones off the walls, all hard and sharpened like a rock man's teeth, and you throw it at the frogs. They shrink. You shrink. So you're shrunk now, you can keep going, but don't forget, you're tiny. Zoe turns to you. Eyes flush pink with anger. The skateboard starts rolling away. What are you doing breathing? Zoe asks you. You think she might be mad about the shrinking thing. You need to lighten the mood a little fast. You pull out your water gun and spray Zoe in the face. Water drips down her head and everything, and her mouth slowly turns into a smile. She laughs. The skateboard laughs. You lower your weapon. The plan worked. Let's keep looking for the ball, Zoe says finally, grinning from ear to ear. You both agree. But where? To look for the ball in that dark and creepy, corpse-stinking jungle, go to page 51. To look for it over there in that clearing, go to page 125. Let's go farther into the darkness, you tell the others. I want to see what happens there. They both give you odd looks, but no one wants to be a jerk. Okay, the skateboard finally says with a shrug, and everyone starts walking to their deaths. Before long, you are lost, wading through 3 feet of trees, hungry and thirsty and stressed. I'm sorry, you cry. This is ridiculous. It's okay, Zoe consoles you. You never do the smart thing. The skateboard shouldn't have said yes. Me? The skateboard yells. It's not my fault. Why would you say that? Zoe rolls her eyes. Just forget it. The skateboard is really angry at your cousin. It spins around quickly and begins strangling both of you. Luckily, it gets tired and stops after about 5 hours. Zoe is dead, though. The skateboard is gone and your cousin is nowhere. It's getting dark and cold. You want to sneeze, but you can't. You have to walk fast, but you don't know where. You try and ask the animals of the forest, but they are animals and bite you. Once you're finished finding your nerve, out comes trying towards you a big undead man. Of course, you mutter, the zombies. Kid, is this adventure fun? The zombie lumbers along after you like a rainbow-colored moose with fear for antlers. You try to pull its head off, but it's hard to get a grip when the beach is your hand. Then you have a brain flash. What is your idea? It depends. Did you meet a magician in a gold suit? If so, turn to page 71. Or did you meet a Great Dane in a vest? 270s. You're about to pet the beautiful zombie when... Ouch! Your foot is caught on something. You look down impatiently. Well, well, well. If it isn't the bloody top half of another undead cowboy having himself a bit of chew. Get on your own feet, partner, you snarl. You pick up the guy and hurl him in a spikes pit. You are cruel. You have yourself a quick sneeze. That's weird. You wanted to sneeze before. Suddenly, spooky germs blast through your blood and up to your brain. They melt your important thinking parts and turn them into a moan and groan parts. Oh yeah, you guessed it, baby. It's zombie time. You are more revolting than ever before, and all you want is to get your mouth on some brains. The good news is that zombie forest is the perfect place for you. The bad news, you're stuck here for good. The end. Well, that was amazing. 10 out of 10. I love it. Yeah.